You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
This is Civic Media News. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Former President Donald Trump is coming back to the Badger State. He's set to hold a rally in Prairie du Chien on Saturday, the adopted hometown of Derek Van Orden, one of his biggest supporters in the House of Representatives. Van Orden is being challenged by Democrat Rebecca Cook in November. Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is currently on a bus tour throughout Wisconsin. Today, they're in Appleton, Green Bay, and Beaver Dam. The last time Trump was in Wisconsin, it was in Wausau just about 2 weeks ago. And former Governor Tommy Thompson says he wants former President Donald Trump to campaign in the state's two bluest counties. He says Wisconsin is not a done deal for Kamala Harris and says Trump's team should come to Dane and Milwaukee counties, which he called, quote, the belly of the beast. In 2020, Joe Biden won 75% of the vote in Dane County and 69% of the vote in Milwaukee County. So it's yet to be seen whether the Trump team will take that advice. Political parties are putting a lot of effort into the youth vote here in Wisconsin. Some analysts say young people alone could decide the election. Ever since Kamala Harris was named the nominee, there's been about a 20% jump in enthusiasm from Wisconsin voters age 18 to 29. That means social media may play a bigger role than ever. Hilario De Leon is chair of the Milwaukee County Republican Party.
Everyone's on it. We get our news from it. I have a TikTok account. I have my own social media platforms that I do. Any major, corporation, company, sports team, political group, they all have social media.
Matthew Lehner is chair of the College Democrats of Wisconsin.
Social media is one of the big reasons why Janet Protasiewicz did so well in the 2023 Supreme Court election. I think you're going to see that again in 2024.
14% of young Wisconsin voters are still undecided. That's more than double any other age group. New numbers show the job market has rebounded in Wisconsin since the pandemic, but it's not equal across the state. The nonpartisan Wisconsin Policy Forum found while overall Wisconsin has more jobs now than it did in 2019, that doesn't mean every county is advancing in that category. 42 of Wisconsin's 72 counties have fewer jobs than they did before the pandemic. That means the state's strongest economic areas, like Dane and Milwaukee County, are carrying a lot of those jobs. And COVID-19 is on the rise here in Wisconsin. It's been spreading more and more since the end of June, according to the state's wastewater data monitoring program. But soon you'll be able to order more tests for free. The federal government is reviving its free tests by mail program. You'll be able to go to covidtest.gov and order 4 nasal swab test kits. All we know is that the program is set to go live in late September. Officials haven't given a specific date yet. Now here's what you need to know closer to home.
For WRCE News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. A Dane County man died in an accident while riding an electric skateboard. 22-year-old Melvin Hubbard was in Baraboo a couple weeks ago trying out an electric longboard. Baraboo police say he was going 20 to 25 miles per hour when he lost control and his head hit the concrete. In the hospital, doctors found he had no brain activity and died a few days later. Now his family wants to raise awareness that skateboards can be dangerous. His mother said she had no idea skateboards could go that fast. The University of Wisconsin Superior is nearly ready to unveil their floating classroom and research vessel. According to school officials, the project has been in the works for over a year and is now in its final stages before opening its doors for student use. The vessel will be called the Sadie Ann, and it will support programs for researchers, university students, and even K-12 students. The floating classroom is currently being built in Louisiana. An Ithaca FFA member has won a state proficiency to earn gold at nationals. The 2024 Swine Production Entrepreneurship Proficiency winner is Talina Sprecher of the Ithaca FFA. This proficiency is sponsored by the Wisconsin Pork Association. When Talina joined FFA in 2019, she developed a passion for making an impact on the show pig industry. Talina's thirst for advancement and information led her to travel the nation and meet industry leaders at national conferences and shows. From her conversations, Talina was able to implement strong practices on her farm in animal health, nutrition, and breeding. Due to all of her efforts, Talina has been able to develop a herd of premium Poland China hogs. Now Talina hosts shows in clinics across Wisconsin to help youth find the same success she did. Talina's advisor is Melissa Sprecher. She recently found out that she received a gold rating at nationals as well. Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin believes everyone deserves access to enough nutritious food to thrive. Second Harvest partners with 4 programs throughout Richland County. Michelle Orgay serves as president and executive director of the Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin.
Some partners require living in a certain geographic area or a school district. Some limit the amount of times you can visit to once a month or once a week, or there might be limits on the amount of food you can receive during that visit. And most of these are based on just the amounts of food that are available because of the limited supply.
The partners in Richland County include the Lone Rock Community, Richland Community, and Viola Kickapoo area food pantries, and the Mobile Food Pantry. The Richland Community Food Pantry is open each Wednesday from 4 to 5:30. The Mobile Food Pantry can be found in Richland Center on the third Thursday of each month at New Hope Church on Fellowship Lane. Vernon County Sheriff Roy Torgerson reports that Saturday afternoon at approximately 2 o'clock, a sheriff's deputy stopped a vehicle on Sugar Grove Road just south of U.S. Highway 14 in the town of Kickapoo, east of Reedstown. As a result of the stop, Christopher Robert Swadley, 45 of Soldiers Grove, was arrested. Swadley was taken into custody pursuant to an arrest warrant for failure to appear, an apprehension request for the Wisconsin Department of Corrections, possession of methamphetamine, and operating after revocation. The arrest warrant stems from a December 2022 court filing of possession of a controlled substance, resisting or obstructing an officer, and possession of drug paraphernalia, all as a repeat offender. Swadley failed to appear in court in April 2024, and a warrant was authorized. The apprehension request was issued because Swadley absconded from active community supervision. Formal charges are being sought through the Vernon County District Attorney's Office. And that's what you need to know. I'm Joanne Krulotz.
The Packers prep for Minnesota. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kuska with Sports, filling in for Mike Clemens. Green Bay is 2-1 heading into this Sunday's matchup with the Vikings. Head coach Matt LaFleur said they know all about Vikings running back Aaron Jones.
He's a problem. He is, and he looks really good. And I've been able to watch him a little bit. Certainly he's one of my favorite players that I've ever had the privilege to coach a guy like that, just in terms of how he goes about his business, and still got a lot of love for him.
LaFleur said he's not sure if Jordan Love will be ready to go this week.
Well, we'll see. I mean, again, I think anybody that saw what happened to him, I mean, that's a legitimate injury. So, he's working through it. He's doing everything in his power. He wants to be out there, and, we want him out there.
Starting quarterback Jordan Love, who practiced all of last week, has missed 2 games with an MCL sprain but could return this week. Kickoff is at noon on Sunday. The Brewers have 6 games to play in the regular season. They are in Pittsburgh for 3 games starting tonight before a home series with the Mets. The playoffs start in October. And the kickoff times for the next 2 Wisconsin football games are set. They'll be at USC on Saturday with a 2:30 p.m. start. Then they come home to play Purdue a week from Saturday at 11 a.m. Filling in for Mike Clement, I'm Jimmy Kuska with Civic Media Sports.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. If you can stomach the topic, there will be a new docuseries about Sean Combs. The New York Post reports that the Investigation Discovery Network is behind the series. The creators of Quiet on the Set, the Dark Side of Kids TV docuseries, will produce. Quiet on the Set exposed the toxic behind-the-scenes environment on some popular kids shows. The project does not have a title yet, but will feature alleged victims. Teachers don't get paid nearly enough unless they're on TV. The cast of Abbott Elementary received a lot of critical acclaim through the show's first 3 seasons. It's all paying off now as they are getting what Deadline reports are major salary bumps. The Abbott cast won the Acting Ensemble Award for Comedy of the 2022 Screen Actors Guild Awards. The show has also won multiple Emmys and Golden Globe Awards. The show's 4th season premieres Wednesday, October 9th on ABC. Sabrina Carpenter is on a bit of a roll following her win for Song of the Year at this year's Video Music Awards. So what's next? How about a Christmas special? A nonsense Christmas special. Yes, that's the title. Will feature musical guests and comedy with a dash of celebrity cameos. Carpenter says the special will really jingle your bells, and it will drop December 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern on Netflix. A few nights ago, country star Zach Bryan got a little sauced and took a shot at Taylor Swift on X-Twitter. The Swifties performed a Twitter takedown on Bryan until he went into X-Twitter witness protection and deactivated his account. Bryan took to Instagram, where the Swifties are still allowing him to function. He offered an apology, saying he is going through a hard time, appreciates all Taylor has done for music, and never wants to show malice toward another human being. He closed the post with "Don't drink and tweet," and then was ordered back to the corner by the Swift Army, where he continued sucking his thumb. Netflix released a trailer for the new Sam Raimi film called Don't Move. The Hollywood Reporter says the thriller is about a grieving woman who heads to the woods to find peace, but instead finds a man who injects her with a drug that will paralyze her. The movie will premiere on Netflix October 25th, and the trailer can be seen on YouTube. The Office is the gift that keeps on giving. Remember Creed Bratton, the creepy, enigmatic elderly employee who had no idea what his job title was or what he did at the company? Bratton recently posted a photo on Instagram with his fellow office mates, Dwight, Oscar, and Meredith. Fans flooded the post with comments. In his years since The Office, he has been acting and working as a musician, which is how he got his start in show business. And in case you're wondering, Creed was in charge of quality assurance. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Partly cloudy today with a high in the upper 60s to around 70 this afternoon. The wind out of the north at 5 to 10. Tonight it'll be clear with a low of 50. Tomorrow sunshine 75. By Thursday sunny with a high of 78. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Temperature now 52.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.